Hi all, I'm Ryan. This is my garage. Going to continue working this week on the Honda Superdream project, and I can't put it off any longer. I'm going to start trying to clean up that lump there. I'm not sure how to do this, never done it before, but let's get started. So this is the starting position. The engine's been previously just given a clean. It's clearly very tarnished. It has nothing you would describe as a shine. It looks about the most complicated shape to try and clean I could imagine. How I'm going to get into all the different bits, I have no idea. I have never done this before, but of course I've looked on YouTube and it shows people using all sorts of different tools and methods. So I am going to start by trying to use a wire wheel set. So I've got brass. The plan is that won't too badly mark the aluminium, but we'll see. Moving on from the brass, I've got rotary sander and a huge selection of pads. Really less confident about that. I'm hoping the brush will do most of the job. I've also got some additional fine grain paper up to 2000. Got various different shades. And then optimistically, I've got some mag and aluminium polish. Now, I am not for a second expecting to get to the polish today, but I've got a few hours now, so I'm going to get started and see how I get on. Let's start with the brass wheel. Okay, so update. About 4 hours of cleaning so far, and she's looking better from a distance. So clearly a lot of the worst of the tarnishing is coming off. Still a long way to go. Now I'm going to take a short break now, and then I'm going to continue with going down through smaller and smaller brushes. So that's the next size down brass brush, so that will get me into tighter spaces. So I'll continue with that in a minute, and we'll see how good we can get it with just the brass brushes. But at the moment it's definitely improving, and as I say, from a distance it's looking a lot cleaner, but honestly when you get up close there's still a lot of work to do. But anyway, progress. Well, that's me finished for today. So I've been on this probably 5 hours today, and it's beginning to shine up a little. I'm pleased with that. So that's mostly brass brush, and just in the last 40 minutes small amount of rubbing down with various grades of wet and dry. But it's beginning to shine. I've got a little bit of a finish on the top, not done yet, but getting there, and side panels beginning to look acceptable. So that's all for tonight. Hopefully more tomorrow. Hi, so it's the next morning, and the first thing I thought I would address today is the fading paint in the logos. So I've just masked off around the area. I'm going to spray up that section there, and then I'm thinking by rubbing it back that should leave this nicely exposed. This is likely to go wrong, but let's give it a try. Okay, so whilst some paint is curing off, I'm going to run a little experiment. I'm going to try and clean up the right hand side of this, leaving that alone. A quick test seems to show that if I start that with about 400 grit and then progressively get finer, it seems to be the best compromise of cutting through this and then leaving it relatively shined up. It's not polished, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to try 400 grit, then 800, and then 1500 on that side, and then we can compare the two sides afterwards and see see how it works, if it works. Okay, so that's the result of spraying the logo clearly before I've sanded back to reveal the lettering. So at the moment that looks alright. Okay, so I used a block with some 1500 grit paper, and 5 minutes of sanding has resulted in that. And that I'm quite satisfied with. The metal itself can still be shined up more, but the logo itself looks reasonably clean. So let's try and do the other side. So that's about an hour's work, and we can see the right hand side has got a shine. There are still scratches in it. I can still see there's room for improvement. It's not perfect, but extensively it looks clean compared with the right hand side, which is still quite dull and pitted. So the principle works, but it is hard work. There's probably no shortcut for that, so I'll just carry on. So that's me finished for the weekend, ran out of time. It's Sunday evening. I've been on this on and off throughout the weekend, and she's looking a lot better. I'm quite pleased in some areas. Some fins have come up really quite nicely. I'm pleased with the paintwork. Some of the case is beginning to shine up okay. I mean, she's no longer looking old and neglected. Now just looks old. So I reckon I've got at least a few more days on this before it's done. But that's all I've got time for this weekend. So thank you. Well, thanks everyone. That's me finished for this weekend. I've run out of time, still got more to go. I'll be back here next week, so please do like and subscribe to this channel for more content. And please give me any encouragement you can. Try and get this bike finished. Cheers. Thank you very much. Bye all.